evening! I am Buddy the Elf, the discount Asian version. I am here to show you my full movie collection. I showed you this last year, but there was a lot less 4K. Now there's a lot more 4Ks. I got some upgrades, some new box sets, and some things I hadn't owned before. There's a lot of things here to get through, so let's do this. Here's a reminder for myself and for anyone who makes YouTube videos. When you're making YouTube videos to a camera, look into the lens instead of the screen looking at you. That way, you will see that the viewers will see that you're looking at the viewers. Am I making sense? I think I'm making sense. Let's start this, shall we? So, the one I'm not going to pick up is this because it's quite heavy. It is the Infinity Saga. It is every MCU movie from Iron Man up until Spider-Man Far From Home, including Infinity War, Endgame, all that stuff, on 4K and regular Blu-ray. So it's a very nice collection to have. It's something that you only get if you're a big fan, and I am indeed a big fan. I was there for almost the whole journey, and Endgame brought a tear to my eye. So it was quite something. My favourite is Infinity War out of the collection. The only downside is Infinity War and Endgame were fully filmed in IMAX. IMAX cameras, the whole movie. And Civil War was partly filmed in IMAX as well. Those IMAX scenes are not present on disc, which is very frustrating. They are present on Disney+. And I feel that's a kick in the face to people who buy physical media. And I subscribe to Disney+. I got Disney+. But still, I feel that's a bit annoying. Filmed on IMAX and you don't get the IMAX scene. I don't get it. I really don't. But apart from that big downside, it is a very cool collection. The 4K is worth it on about half of them. The other half, you don't really need the upgrade, but still, overall, worth it. Some movies like Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, all the Avengers movies, Black Panther, those are the standout ones. They all look great on 4K, but there's a lack of IMAX scenes, and there should be some. Next up, we have the start of my kaiju collection. I'm not going to show you my whole kaiju collection in one go, but this is part of it. We're going shelf by shelf, as you can see. Gamera, Showa, and Heisei series, you put them both together, they make one picture. I didn't even notice when I bought it, but that's pretty cool. I got these on Black Friday, buy one, get one free. So we got all the Gamera movies on 8 different discs. Not too bad. I think the Heisei one is like 1 movie per disc, because there's only 4 movies in the collection, but this one is a lot more movies, and so some discs have 2, even 3 movies on them, but it's still an awesome thing to have. Next up is Age the Mammoth Collection. I've been collecting some things from my childhood recently, and this is one of the things. I mainly just wanted Age 1 and 2, but they had Age 2 on Blu-ray, not the other ones individually, so I bought the box set. This is Age 1, 2, 3 and 4, and also a Christmas special, which is quite good. I watched it recently. It's quite nice, but yeah, I love the first 2. The third one's a dinosaur one, so it's not too bad. The fourth one is when it started going a bit downhill, but you know, it was still a pretty cheap box set, so I thought I'd get it. It's a nice Blu-ray collection there of Ice Age. Sticking with regular Blu-ray for now, we have got Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. This is the one Pirates movie that I love. This one is a great movie. The very first one was awesome. Unfortunately, the sequels have not been as good. They've gotten worse, apart from the 5th one, which is actually quite good. Best one since the first one, but still not great. The first one, though, it was magical, it was special, and whenever I look back on it, I always think, how did Disney make this? It's not a Disney type of film. It really isn't. It seems a little too scary to be Disney, but it is. But anyway, regardless, it's a great movie, and I hope that Johnny Depp gets to come back as Jack Sparrow, because he is what makes this franchise. And I heard they're making a reboot of it. I just think it won't be as good if Johnny's not there. But Curse of the Black Pearl, it's amazing. I love the theme song as well. For me, the best movie theme song of any movie ever. Dun 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 dun. I'm not going to do it because of copyright, but amazing. I recommend this if you've never seen this before. Just watch the first one, forget about the rest, alright? Curse of the Black Pearl, legendary movie. Next up, I've actually got 2 versions of this film. X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue cut. So this is an extended cut, which includes Rogue. Does it make it better? Not really, the movie's almost perfect without it. I mean, no movie's perfect, but Days of Future Past was great. It was a great movie, one of the best super movies, I think. Easily top 10. This is an extended version, which is still good, but it doesn't improve on it. It's just very good. A very good alternate version. If you wanted more Rogue in it, it's a version with more Rogue in it. This doesn't change the movie that much, but there's a few things that change here and there. one key bit as well, but overall, similar movie, just with a few added elements and one scene changed a bit. It's good, it's worth watching, but the original version is still the superior version, and this one is not available in 4K for some reason. Don't really know why. Next up is something that you might not expect to see in my collection. It is Adrift. This is an emotional movie based on a true story. A female sailor is stuck out at sea with a guy, and there's a storm, and they're hit by the storm, and the boat capsizes, and she's got to survive with him, and he's injured, and there's a big twist at the end regarding the guy, and it's a very heartbreaking twist. It hit me quite hard, and yeah, it was quite emotional. I'd imagine a lot of people would have cried at this. I didn't cry, but it hit me really hard. Movies that really make you feel things, there's something else. It's like the movie Waves that I saw a couple of years ago. Different to this movie. Waves is not even about sea, but this one is amazing, and it's based on a true story, things that actually happened. So that makes it even crazier. If you haven't seen this, I recommend seeing it at least once. It's kind of crazy. Next up is one of my favorites from my favorite actor, Tom Hardy. I don't believe he's the best actor in the world, but he's amazing. He's one of the best actors out there. He's so versatile, he can play so many roles, and in this one he plays two roles. He plays two twins, the Cray twins, famous British criminal twins. He plays them, and he does a great job. He smashes it. He plays two different characters, and he nails it. Like it's like there's two different people there. Like, he's brilliant. Like, obviously you film it, you can't film it at the same time. He's got to film both roles separately and everything, got to cut it together. But still, like, the way he pulled it off, it's almost like there was two of him at the same time filming the movie. Like, it was incredible how he did it, and great directing as well. Legends by Tom Hardy. I recommend it. Next up is from WWE Studios. Yes, The Condemned. This is a Battle Royale movie. Battle Royale, obviously, in the last few years has been quite popular. This came out in, I think, 1998, something like that, or 2000 and something. This is a movie from a long time ago. A billionaire, or a billion, I think it's a billionaire. A rich person goes to prisons around the world and finds criminals on death row. And he buys 15, was it? No, it's 10 of them. I think he buys 10 death row criminals. Yeah, it's on the cover. 10 people will fight. All right. My fault. He buys 10 criminals on death row. They're going to be executed anyway. And he dumps them on an island. And he puts a 30-hour time bomb on their leg. So they've got to all kill each other within 30 hours. And the last person standing gets freedom. This activity is, of course, illegal. So, but no one knows where the island is. And the millionaire's making money off it, off streams of it. And one of the guys, played by Stone Cold Steve Austin, he is innocent of his crime. And two of the other candidates are married and they're in love with each other. So at least one of them has to die. It's very tragic. There's one very dark scene. Not gonna say too much, but I mean, they're all dark scenes. It's a violent movie about fighting to the death. But there's one like extremely dark scene involving a female. But apart from that one uncomfortable scene, this is a very hardcore, enjoyable fighting movie that has you on the edge of your seat. It's just constant action and it just has you going, and there's some extra elements outside the fight as well. So a well done Battle Royale movie that I recommend watching at least once. Right, next up is Edge of Tomorrow or Live, Die, Repeat. There are, I don't know why, but some titles they change in the UK. It's really weird, but this is it's hard to explain really, but Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. Tom Cruise lives the same day every day, basically. If he dies, he has to wake up again in the morning that he woke up. I can't explain these things. He wakes up, he has to stop this alien, he has to stop this alien invasion, he has to go to battle, but if he dies, he goes back to where he started. So he has to constantly live through the same day to finally get through to the solution. I can't explain. I hope you get the concept, because it's incredible, this movie. It really is incredible. I need to get better at explaining things, but if you like action, you like time travel, this is the movie for you. If you like living the same day over and over again, this is the movie for you. And also we have got Spectre 007. Oh yes, I got a box set up to Skyfall, and this one's after Skyfall. This is Spectre. I've also got No Time to Die on 4K, which we'll get to in a second. No, not in a second, but we'll get there eventually. But this is Spectre individual on regular Blu-ray, and it's just an integral part of my James Bond collection. No matter if I like the movie or not, I always keep James Bond movies. The official ones. I haven't bought the two unofficial ones. But yeah, I didn't hate Spectre. I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't as good, clearly, as Skyfall, Casino Royale, or No Time to Die. But still watchable, and I enjoy it from time to time. Next up, we have got... Oh, this is a bit out of place, because there's another copy of it somewhere. I'll get to it. Rush Hour 3. Yeah, I love Rush Hour. All three of the movies, I really enjoy them. And I hope they reunite for Rush Hour 4, because Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, they are an amazing combination. Next up, we have got Jump Street. Oh yes, we got 21 and 22 Jump Street. Do I need to say any more? You know, I love buddy cop movies. Rush Hour, Bad Boys, Jump Street. Buddy cop movies are my jam. They really are. My teenage years, those are my go-to type of movies, and these are some of the funnier ones. My name Jeff. I can't do the impression, but yeah. If you somehow haven't seen this, if you somehow haven't seen Rush Hour as well, bloody watch them. You're missing out. You have missed out. Next up is the only DVD that I have. The only DVD that I have. Batman, 1966. I haven't got it on Blu-ray because there was a Steelbook that was sold out, and on Amazon it was £40 for the Blu-ray. I was very confused. I was just like, what? That did not even include delivery either. Anyway, yeah, I got the DVD was much easier to get. It was like £6 as well, so I got it. Batman 1966, the movie, on regular DVD. So we got a bit more Batman coming up because he's my favorite fictional character, and I got a nice collection of him, along with a Kaiju collection, DC collection, Marvel collection. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let me show you a nice surprise. We have got the 1989 Batmobile figurine. We have got the Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy, Batmobile figurine. And where is the other one? We have 3 of them. I can't see it. There it is. We have the 1966 Batmobile figurine. Why am I getting tired? Why am I getting... I think it's a constant turning around. Next up are 2, well, they're not movies or TV shows. I mean, they are TV show. Documentary type. Apparently, because, I mean, I bought a 4K TV earlier this year, and I was looking for things that are good in 4K to watch, and apparently this is one of the best things to watch to show off your TV. Planet Earth 2 and Blue Planet 2. This was on sale, combined sale, I think it was £25 or something, which is cheaper than the regular price. And I thought I'd buy them, and yeah, I haven't seen them yet. But I will, okay? I will see them. Because apparently it's bloody amazing, and I do not mind looking at wildlife. I already look at that on YouTube anyway. Next up is the London 2012 Olympics on regular Blu-ray. I missed out on these. I tried to get tickets. It's my home city, London. It's my home city. I tried to get tickets to go and see this, but I couldn't. I guess that's what happens when you only apply for the big ones. I applied for the opening ceremony, the closing ceremony, the 100-meter final, and I think the swimming final. Yeah, when you only apply for that, you're bound to get failure. Unless you're very lucky, so it is what it is. I did go to Paralympic football though, so I guess that's something. But yeah, we got a whole documented version of the Olympic Games, and there were some great moments in it, so this is a great must-have for me as someone from London. So yeah, there we go. Next up, moving back to movies, we have got the Rocky box set. Stallone's a legend, and his Rocky movies are amazing. The 5th one is probably the weakest, but I enjoy all the other ones a lot. And I love Creed as well, which we'll get to too. Next up, sticking with Stallone, we have got Rambo 1 to 4, not 5. 5 wasn't that great, but 1 to 4, there's something great about all 4 of them. The 3rd one did not age well, to be honest, considering the real life things that have happened since then. But 1 and 2 are classic action movies, and the 4th one is just brutal. So yeah, I really appreciate what they did with this franchise, and the only reason I haven't upgraded this to 4K is because the box set is so cool. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It's made of bullets and everything. It's not real bullets, but it's such a cool box set. How can I replace this? How can I replace it? They got to release a cooler 4K box set for me to think this has got to go, but I just can't get rid of it. It has too much sentimental value. It was one of my first box sets. I bought it over 10 years ago. Memories, memories. Next up, Bruce Willis, Die Hard, 1 to 4. Don't like the 5th one, so I don't have it, but 1 to 4 on Blu-ray. I enjoy all 4 of them. I really do enjoy all 4 of them. First one, a classic Christmas movie. To be honest, I don't think it's a Christmas movie, to be honest, but I'm going to just call it that just for the spirit of Christmas. But if the first one's a Christmas movie, so is the second one. But they're both fantastic action movies. The 3rd and 4th one get a bit silly, but honestly, I still love them. So, yeah, overall, a great franchise apart from the 5th one, in my opinion. Next up, Buddy Cop. Everyone knows Rush Hour. I assume so anyway. Everyone knows Bad Boys. But do you know Lethal Weapon, starring Mel Gibson and Donald Glover? Is it Donald or Danny? Danny Glover, sorry. I always get their names mixed up. I don't get them mixed up, just their names. I always called one Donald and one Danny, but it's always the wrong way around. Anyway, a great combination. All 4 of them, great movies, a great buddy cop. You wouldn't think Mel Gibson and Danny Glover would work, but it works. It works so well. So I really appreciate these. These are classic buddy cop action comedies that I recommend that you watch if you haven't already. Alright, that is the bottom shelf done. Moving on to the middle shelf, we have got 2001, The Space Odyssey. Oh yes, I look forward to seeing this. I bought this recently, haven't watched it yet, but apparently it is a great space movie and apparently has amazing 4K. Came out a long time ago, not in 2001, it came out in 1960 something, but I cannot wait to get into this and watch it. There's a limited edition box set as well, has some art cards inside, so yeah, I cannot wait to see what's up over there. Going back to James Bond, we have got Skyfall on 4K. Ultra HD. I got 2 versions of Skyfall actually, but yeah, 4K and regular Blu-ray right here. Bought it recently for £10. It was on offer, and yeah, glad to have it part of my collection. For me, this is one of the best Bond movies that I've seen. Is incredible. I've seen all of them, and this is crazy. My personal favorite is Casino Royale 2006, but yeah, this one's amazing. Although Casino Royale, I'm looking forward to getting a limited edition that's coming out next month, so I can't get it yet. But I do have it on regular Blu-ray, which I'll get to soon. But yeah, Skyfall, a must-have for all James Bond fans. Speaking of James Bond, we've got a recent one, No Time to Die. It came in this big box set, limited edition. Got some things in there. Did a recent unboxing of it, which you can see. Included a keychain and everything. But yeah, this was the 4K Blu-ray included, including the regular Blu-ray, of course, just like most 4K Blu-rays do. Yeah, I love this. It's a great ending to Bond, really. If they ended the franchise here, that'd be some ending. But yeah, I'm still hoping there's a 60-year collection next year. 60th anniversary 2022. I'm hoping they release all 25 movies in 4K. That'd be amazing. But for now, I got this. I got Skyfall and soon Casino Royale in 4K. But yeah, this, for me, they did something new. 25 movies into the franchise, and they did something that's never been done before in the end. Bloody amazing. And I think they pulled it off. I really do. Some people don't like it. Like, it did get some mixed reviews in a way. But I think it was more positive than negative. For me, I was more on the positive side anyway. They pulled it off, I feel. They really pulled it off. No Time to Die. Legendary movie. Next up, we have got one of the very few non-English movies. We have got Parasites. Oscar winner. I watched this in cinemas because they released it, because it was the Oscar winner. They released it in UK cinemas for a bit. I watched it with a full crowd. It was an experience. It really was. It's a good movie as well. It really is. It's a really good movie. If you can look past, if you can read subtitles and not get irritated by it, you'll enjoy this, man. Like, learn to read subtitles, guys, because there are so many great movies out there that are not in English that deserve to be watched, and this is a good example. So this also includes a black and white version. This is a limited edition. Also includes a black and white version, which is probably quite scary, because the second half really escalates quite a lot compared to the first half. But a very well made movie with a very interesting message about the real world in a way. Next up, we've got another space movie. We have got The Martian Extended Edition. Matt Damon on 4K, being saved. Next up, we have got Bumblebee from Transformers. A very nice prequel movie that I enjoyed, that's got a bit of heart to it. Next up, we've got a TV movie that's now available on 4K? Nobody. Starring, well, I like to call him Saul Goodman, to be honest, but it's from the makers of John Wick, and it has some good action in it and a fantastic final battle. Next up, we have got Mad Max Fury Road, not one of the recent released ones. Obviously, Mad Max Fury Road is already out on 4K for a while, but they recently released a big 4K box set. This is not from that. This is from a version that I bought a long time ago. I assume it's the same 4K anyway. Yeah. Mad Max, great 4K, and if you like to show off your 4K TV, I definitely recommend this. It has some great visuals and it looks bloody incredible. Next up, we have got Terminator 2, one of the best action sequels ever. For some reason, Terminator 1 is not on 4K, but this one is. I don't understand why they decided that, but still, this is a very good movie and a very good addition to 4K. I haven't got the first one because I'm holding out for them to release the first one in 4K. I'm still holding out for it. Hopefully they don't keep me waiting too long, but they surely got to do it at some point, right? Next up, we have got a trilogy, Expendables 3. Well, that's the first one, uncut version. Expendables 2 and Expendables 3. These are just fun movies that involve a lot of action legends, and I really enjoy them. So there you go. Next up is one of my favorite movies of the year, Free Guy. I did not expect to like this as much as I did, but I really liked it a lot more than I thought I would. This is about Ryan Reynolds, who plays, well, it's not about Ryan Reynolds, but it's about an NPC in a game that realizes there's something more. Like they don't have to do set tasks. They become self-aware. An NPC that becomes self-aware of their surroundings. They're not doing the same thing every day. They're not doing what they're programmed to do. And Ryan Reynolds finds out that he's not just doing set tasks. I can't explain movies properly. It's an NPC that becomes self-aware in a game world where there's actual real-life players playing in this virtual world. And it has a lot of emotion to it, a lot of heart to it. Jodie Comer's fantastic in this. There's some great cameos since it's a gaming movie. There's cameos from Twitch streamers as well, so there's some pretty crazy things in there. There's a cameo from an Avenger. There's a particular scene with Avenger weapon that's just so cool, and a Star Wars reference. Amazing scene. There's an emotional scene at the end. It's amazing. Like the NPC becomes self-aware, but the maker of the game wants to make another game, so he wants to destroy this game. So the NPC has to it's up to him and Jodie Comer, who's an actual person, to save this gaming world before it gets destroyed from Taika Waititi, who is playing the owner of the game. But I've explained it the best I could, but the movie is so much better than how I explained it. Like, it's amazing. Had a lot of heart to it, and this was my #1 movie of the year for a long time. In terms of like favoritism, not in terms of like best quality, but entertainment-wise and how much I enjoyed it. This was my favorite for a while. But then Spider-Man No Way Home came out, then it changed my mind. But this, I think I make a top 10 movies at some point. This is definitely very high up because it's very good, and I do recommend it. Next up is Knives Out, a classic whodunit story with a good cast and some great comedy. I really recommend it. It is brilliant. Then we have got The Matrix, only the first one. I didn't like the second or the third. I haven't seen the fourth one yet. I'm going to see it next week. But the first one is such a classic movie, and it really changed the way cinema was done, really. So impactful movie and really well acted and great cast as well. So this was fantastic. One of my favorite racing movies is Le Mans 66, aka Ford v Ferrari. Once again, I don't know why they change names so often, but this one is brilliant and it has good 4K as well. Great cast. I mean, look at the two on the cover. It's based on true events. So some crazy things happen in this movie, and then you realize it actually happened. So that's something else. Apparently there's some things they changed. I remember there was a guy who was annoyed about the way someone was portrayed because he wasn't the same guy in real life. But for the most part, like, the events were quite accurate. So to think, wow, most of that actually happened in real life, they really captured it really well in this. So Ford v Ferrari, all in 166, amazing movie starring Christian Bale and Matt Damon. I recommend it highly. Even if you're not into racing, it's edge of your seat action. Like, it's brilliant. It's not just racing, it's drama as well. It's really well done. Really well done. 300! I have got 300. This one is one of the grainiest 4K movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's so much grain. But it is good quality. But yeah, I love this action movie. I love old-fashioned fighting, old-fashioned action. Not in real life, but in terms of like movies, I enjoy that. You know, or shows like Game of Thrones, Vikings. I love old-fashioned swords and shields sort of fantasy fights. I love that sort of thing. So this is this has a lot of that. It has a lot of that. Sword, shield, spears, armor. I love all that stuff. Old-fashioned fighting. And this is based on a real war. Although the real war was different to this. Like, it's not accurate. It's not historically accurate. But I think the settings are kind of similar. The second one is not as good. I haven't got that one. But the first one is brilliant. I hope they make a third sequel, because I feel this franchise needs one. That's for sure. Hopefully Zack Snyder can get onto that one day. Next we got a bunch of Spider-Man. Let me just do them all in one go. We have got Into the Spider-Verse, one of the best Spider-Man movies ever. We have got The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Haven't got 2 yet, but haven't released it individually, so hopefully when they do, I will get that on 4K, I mean. Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 1. Classic Spider-Man movies, and Tom Hardy's Venom as well. So, yeah. A great collection. I got Homecoming and Far From Home from the MCU 23 movie collection, so it's just No Way Home missing. So yeah, there we go. A spectacular and amazing Spider-Man collection. Also, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is missing. They released it on 4K, but as a box set with the first one. So just release the second one separately, please, and I'll add it to my collection. Even though it's not a very good movie, but I do think Garfield did a great job. So yeah, he deserves a third movie. I think he does, especially after. You know what? Spoilers. Spoilers. Next up, we have got some more Marvel. We have got Deadpool. Deadpool number 1 and Deadpool number 2, the super duper cut. This is quite a big box because it contains 4 discs. Yeah, it contains 4 discs, extended and original cuts on 4K and regular Blu-ray. So takes up a lot, and you got the original Deadpool there. There's some dust on these discs, and I need to wipe these down, that's for sure. We got a lot of X-Men. We've got a lot of X-Men. Where's the other? Oh, there's another one. I'll get to that later on. We have got Logan. For me, the only superhero movie that's better is The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. Apart from the Dark Knight trilogy, for me this is second best. For me, it's up there with the best of all time for comic book movies. It's just bloody amazing. Very dark and brutal, but also a very well told story and a great ending to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Logan, highly recommend it. A great climax. This is where the franchise should have ended, really, to be honest. X-Men Apocalypse, Days of Future Past, the best X-Men team-up movie. It's absolutely brilliant. Deserves all the praise that it gets. X-Men First Class, love this movie. Michael Fassbender's Magneto is a legend. I hope that when they do the MCU version of the X-Men, I hope they just cast Fassbender. Please. He's perfect. He's so good as Magneto. His theme song, the way he acted, he's so good in this movie. Do not replace him. Do not. We do not need a different actor. Fassbender, Magneto, MCU. Make it happen. Make it happen. Yeah, that is it. We've got some more, but I'll get to that when I get to it. Although you can probably see it in the background behind me somewhere. We've got Blade on 4K. The very first Blade. Got this at half price at £10. Not too bad. We have got a limited edition Japanese artwork steelbook for Jaws. A legendary giant shark movie. And a very well made steelbook right there. A real classic. Sticking with monsters and creatures and dinosaurs, we have got Jurassic World 1 and 2. This one was this Fallen Kingdom? Yeah, Fallen Kingdom was disappointing, to be honest. I hope that Dominion is better. But Fallen Kingdom was the most disappointing one, but I bought it just for the sake of the collection. Next up is the Monsterverse. This is quite exciting. This is quite exciting. So we got a Steelbook for Godzilla vs. Kong. We have got Kong, Skull Island, all on 4K by the way. We have got Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and we have got a limited edition of Godzilla 2014 on 4K. Bloody amazing, bloody amazing. This one only came out recently as well. Like, they didn't release this on 4K until this year. I don't understand, but it's out now. So we have got an essential, a very much essential collection here of Monsterverse movies. I enjoy all of these, so it's amazing. It really is amazing, and I hope to see them make more Monsterverse movies. I want to see Gigan, I want to see Space Godzilla, I want to see Destroyer. I want to see all that sort of stuff. Some of you probably watching this thinking, who are they? Well, you will see one day, hopefully. Right, Transformers. 5-movie collection. I don't like the 5th one, but they didn't have a 4K collection for 1 to 4, so I bought 1 to 5. So there we go. These have some of the best 4Ks. If you don't think they're great movies, I don't even think most of them are great movies. I only think the first one's a good movie and the rest are just okay. They get worse, to be honest, but I still enjoy the action up to the 4th one. 5th one, no, I don't enjoy any of that. But if you want to show off your 4K TV, these movies look incredible in 4K. They really do. Especially the 5th one, actually, which I don't like, but it has great 4K. It has IMAX scenes in it. But all 5 of these, amazing visuals, amazing 4K. Michael Bay knows how to do visuals. He knows how to make action look good. Speaking of visuals and action, we've got Fast and Furious 1 to 8. So yeah, there we go. Not great movies, but I enjoy them. They're silly fun. 1917, more serious stuff now. More serious stuff. We have got a limited edition HMV first edition of 1917. A very classic war movie and something that's worth adding to your collection, although this is limited and is sold out by now, unfortunately, but you can still get the regular disc in 4K. But yeah, this is a great special edition to have of the movie. It's one of those things you got to buy when it releases, really. Sticking with war movies, we've got Dunkirk. This is filmed almost fully in IMAX, so amazing visually. And we have got Saving Private Ryan, my favourite war movie of all time. Probably the best war movie of all time. It's just fantastic. So really well done war movies. I don't like war, but I love watching war movies. And there's some great there's some great movies historically about wars that are very watchable, I feel. And I think the best movies are from the World Wars 1 and 2. Those wars obviously have a lot of history behind them, and the soldiers from those wars deserve to be remembered. And I think movies about those wars help. You know, even if they're fictional stories within the wars, they still they help you realize what life was like back then for the soldiers, and I think that's good. But also, great storytelling. So, yeah, and they've had some great actors star in these. That got a little deep. So let's get a little more, I mean, I say I get a little more fun, but I got more war movies here. We have got Hacksaw Ridge, starring Andrew Garfield, and we have got Fury, starring Brad Pitt. Two very good war movies. Next up, we have got something more on the fun side. We have got Star Wars. Only the ones that I like. We got the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. I always think this should be red, but yeah, it is what it is. A New Hope, obviously that's in the wrong order, but this is just the order I'm showing you them in. Rogue One, the best Disney Star Wars movie. We got Revenge of the Sith, my favourite prequel. The other two I don't like, to be honest. And that's it. The visual trilogy, Rogue One, and Revenge of the Sith. That's all I want. I don't like the first 2 prequels. I don't like... I mean, I love The Force Awakens, but because the other 2 sequels ruined it, I don't feel like buying Force Awakens, to be honest. Like, if you know what happens after and it goes wrong, then why? Then again, I got Game of Thrones, so that contradicts everything. But I'd rather just have these than the whole collection. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. Next up, we got DC. Oh, the camera stopped recording. I hope it recorded all the Star Wars bits. Next up, we've got DC. Not these nuts like you might have thought. Is it just me who thought that? No. Right, we got Joker. Obviously, these are all in 4K. We got Joker. We have got Watchmen. This this is the ultimate one, right? Yeah, this is the 3-hour version. So 4-hour, was it 3.5 hours? It's a very long movie, but yeah, the animation part for me is a bit unnecessary, to be honest, but you know, it's a well-made movie that's very slow, but if you like slow and slow is done well, it can be great. Superman the movie, Christopher Reeve, a classic. They haven't released the second one in 4K yet, but if they do, I'll get it. Shazam, the Suicide Squad limited edition, 4K Steelbook, it looks amazing. This is not the 2016 one, this is the recent one, 2021, James Gunn. A very fun movie. So yeah, that is the start of my DC collection, but I have got plenty more, don't you worry. Right, how many do I get? I'll get the rest of them. I'll get the rest of them, yes, I'll get the rest of them. Have I got more DC? No, I think this is all of them. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Great achievement for it wasn't released in cinema, but great achievement for cinema. This is amazing, and I got the Steelbook, limited edition Steelbook, so nice and perfect. I love this. I can rewatch this so many times. It's so good. I can't believe it. We got Infinity War, Endgame, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Into the Spider-Verse, and No Way Home in the last 3.5 years. You wouldn't have thought any of these would be pulled off properly 10 years ago, but they have been. This is an event movie, just like Infinity War and Endgame, just like No Way Home, just like Spider-Verse. I can't believe they pulled it off and did it so well. So this is what the Warner Brothers have been hiding. I mean, why? Why? Got another Steelbook here, Birds of Prey. This was very cheap. It was like £10 because it was on like double sale. I got it because it was on sale, but I did enjoy the movie. I didn't love it, but it has some good action in it, so I do enjoy parts of it for sure. We've got Aquaman, a very good movie. This is amazing in 4K. The visuals are amazing. It's fun. The way it's filmed is great, so love it. Legendary from James Wan. Wonder Woman, the first one, a very good movie. Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, the better version for sure. Great 4K. And the 3-hour version is just better than the regular version. It just fills in so many holes that the regular version had. So yeah, this is the regular version really. The 3-hour version of this, so much better than the cinema version, but it still has some mistakes here and there, but I still enjoy it a lot. And Man of Steel, right there. So some fantastic DC collections there. Next up is Buddy Cop, movies that I've mentioned already that I will show you right now. Bad Boys, we got the third one here, Bad Boys for Life, Bad Boys 2, and Bad Boys 1. Classic buddy cop movies. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, they really bring it, and they are brilliant in this franchise, and it gets better. Like, the third one's amazing. It's a great movie. The first two are really fun. The third one's knocks it out of the park. It really does. Comedy is good, action is good. It's the most serious one. It's brilliant. And it's really well filmed as well, and it has great 4K. They all have great 4K because they're Sony movies, and Sony have the best 4K quality on their discs. They focus more on that. It's probably partly because they also sell 4K TVs and 4K Blu-ray players. You don't see Disney doing that, or Universal, or, you know, Paramount. Sony are the only one who actually do that stuff. So that's probably why, because they make the technology to play these discs. So it makes sense they would make discs that can play well on them. But yeah, still, like, in an era where it's more digital now, which is fair enough, it's nice to see companies like Sony who care more about physical stuff anyway. They still care about the digital side, but the physical side, they still focus a lot on making their discs look good. And that's great, because not every 4K disc actually looks like it's worth the upgrade. But Sony movies, they always do look great. Right, speaking of looking great, we have got Michael B. Jordan in Creed 1 and 2. Great boxing movies. This one has incredible acting from Sylvester Stallone, and Creed 2 was excellent for what they did, and I look forward to Creed 3 when it comes around. But yeah, 2 brilliant movies. Speaking of brilliant movies, we have got The Shawshank Redemption, released on 4K a few months ago in September. I have got it right now, and yeah, what can I say? Legendary movie. I have kicked the tripod. I am sorry. I apologize for that wholeheartedly. Next up, we have got Die Hard 30th Anniversary Edition. I literally showed you earlier Die Hard Blu-ray box set, but they released the first one on 4K recently, and I thought I'd get it. So yeah, it has good 4K as well. It has good 4K as well. So yeah, the more you know. I think I'll show you the next few. I guess we'll make it a bit quicker, a bit smoother. The Gentleman, from the same director as Snatch, a very cool British gangster movie. It's really funny, it's got a good cast, and I highly recommend it. Guy Ritchie movie, of course. Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw, a great spin-off that's really funny, a nice buddy cop vibe type movie. I love buddy cops, so, you know, I really enjoyed it. Baby Driver, a good movie that I really enjoy. Pacific Rim, a very fun kaiju movie. Oh wait, we're back on there already. Next up, we have got The Gladiator. I said to you, I mentioned I like old-fashioned type fighting. Gladiator has a bit of that, so it's a very good and very well-made movie by Russell Crowe. I mean, he's obviously the star in the movie. We've got Snatch right here. I mentioned Snatch earlier. We have got Snatched. I haven't actually seen it yet, so I'm going to see it very soon for Movie Monday. Home Alone, 30th anniversary edition on 4K, so there we go. Very nice. A very classic Christmas movie, now available in 4K. We've got Warrior, a great fighting movie. We have got Interstellar, amazing movie, great visuals. So as you can imagine, it has great 4K. So does Inception, also from Nolan. Fantastic movie, one of my favorites of all time, probably in my top 10 movies of all time. We have got Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise. I bought this because this has great 4K, and it does have great 4K, and it's also a good movie as well that I watched for the first time on this disc. I don't often buy movies that I haven't seen before, but I bought this one and it was worth it because the movie's good and it looks damn good. And we have got a cowboy movie that's just very fun, The Magnificent Seven, with a good cast, Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and a few other big names, including Ethan Hawke. This is a great movie too. So I love cowboy stuff as well, although this is the only one I have that's a cowboy movie, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I shouldn't pick up this many discs in one go next time. I'm going to drop them at this rate. But that is almost the end of this shelf. I just realized we have got a couple more. X-Men, free film collection in 4K. X-Men 1, 2, and 3. Third one, obviously, The Last Stand, which is not so good. But yeah, I have got this nice trilogy box set. There is no box set for all the X-Men movies. Partly because the first two Wolverine movies are not available in 4K anyway. But there's no, like, second trilogy box set, just for the first trilogy, which I find quite weird. Next we have got, when I put this down, Toy Story 1 to 4. All four of them great movies. And I revisited my childhood recently, and these were must-haves for me, so I got them on sale as well. So a very good addition to my collection. And we have got my favourite TV show of all time, the Breaking Bad complete collection. The entire series on here. All 5 seasons. Is there 5 seasons? All 6 seasons. We've got every episode, including 50 hours of additional footage as well. So yeah, all on these 3 little cases here in this big box set. I just thought, hey, I'm collecting a lot of things. Let's add this on, because it works out cheaper when you buy a lot of things in one. But this is just one of my, I did a few 4K Blu-ray hauls this year, including regular Blu-rays. Obviously, there's not 4K, but I bought this along the way, and I think it was worth the purchase because I love this show and it's good to own it as well. So there we go. On to the top shelf. Let's go back to my childhood because there's a bit of that over here. Okay, I need to hang on just a minute, otherwise this whole shelf's gonna fall over. Right, let's start with this, the Steelbook for Shrek. They recently released a, was it 30th anniversary or 25th anniversary? For the anniversary, they released a 4K disc for Shrek. Just the first one, not the second one yet. I want the second one too. I'm just holding out for the possibility of Shrek 2 on 4K, but I got Shrek 1 on 4K right here. Limited edition Steelbook. I think it might be sold out by now, or you can double check. I got it off Zavvi, I think. But yeah, it's just, oh, it says here 20th anniversary, not 25th. I'm not that old, but I'm still old. This is it's been out 20 years. Yeah, I am old. I'm 26 now, so still a very nice addition to have for one of the best animated movies of all time, really. Next up is Jungle Book. We have got Jungle Book 8. Okay, you know what? This is not going to work. I can handle this angle. We've got the Jungle Book on 4K. Disney, obviously a Disney classic. I bought this partly because I needed a second disc because it was like 2 for £24. I'm just like, okay, I'll get this one. But still, this is the live action remake, not the original anime edition. Disney make too many remakes, and there's too many remakes in general, but this is the one they got right. This is the one live action remake they actually got right, and it was actually good. So they did a good job on this one, and I look forward to rewatching it. So it's not really a revisit to my childhood because it's not the original version, but it's still a version. Next up is The Lion King, not the remake. It is the original version. probably the best animated movie of all time. It's just bloody amazing, and I've got it right here on 4K. Next we got a nice big Pixar collection. We got my favorite one, which is Cars. Brilliant movie that I really love. It's just an amazing story and an amazing message about friends and family and, you know, small towns being forgotten about. It's got a deeper meaning to it than just a racing movie, but it's great. The ending's sad, but it's very good, and the soundtrack is amazing. Find Yourself, Real Gone. I've only named 2. My mind's gone blank, but there's at least like 10 songs on the soundtrack. It's actually bloody amazing. So has a great soundtrack as well. Route 66, Our Town. I've named 4 now. There's definitely more. Life is a Highway. Oh, there's so many good songs in that movie. But yeah, it's a great story as well, with great characters. So really bloody love it. We've got Incredibles. We've got The Incredibles, the first movie. There we go. Fantastic Pixar movie, and also a super movie that's kind of before its time as well. And we've got Incredibles 2 that obviously came out in the era of super movies. There we go. A good sequel for me. Not as good as the first one, but still pretty damn good. I'm struggling to keep these all straight, to be honest. I should have planned ahead on this. We've got Monsters Inc., a classic Pixar movie. That's one of the best ones out there, for sure. We have also got the sequel. Well, it's actually a prequel to Monsters Inc. We have got Monsters University. Next up, we have got maybe the most emotional one, although there's a lot of emotional ones in Pixar, to be honest. We're going to get to more emotional ones in a second, but Up. Yeah, this one's quite sad. This one's a real tearjerker. I've never cried at this movie, but it was sad. It really hits you hard, this one. Especially when you're older as well. It hits you harder when you grow up, to be honest. Finding Dory. This was more emotional than Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo was a better movie, but Finding Dory was so emotional when she was finding her parents, and at one point it looked like she'd never found them. Damn, that was one of the saddest scenes, but yeah, it was great cinema, as Scorsese might say. And next, finally, from my childhood collection, we have got Finding Nemo. A classic to have. Basically, all of these and Toy Story 1 to 4, those are all my favorite Pixar movies. Everything else, I was just like, it's alright. Yeah. So everything I've not mentioned that's Pixar, that's not here, I didn't buy it because I didn't want it. But the ones that I mentioned here, along with Toy Story 1 to 4, those are the ones I like to rewatch. Obviously not Lion King and Jungle Book, because they're not Pixar, they're just Disney, and Shrek is a different company as well. But the Pixar ones that I mentioned, yeah, those are the ones that I like the most. Just so you know. Moving on to things that are not my childhood, we have got A Quiet Place Part 1 and 2. I hate horror movies. They're my worst category. I hate them. But these ones are good. So I did buy the first 2 on 4K. So there we go. Next up is John Wick. It's not a full box set, but we have got John Wick 1 and 2 right here, and John Wick 3. Great action movies. This one is funny action, brutal, incredible action. I look forward to John Wick 4. That is for sure. Hey, that rhymes. Next up is, why is this upside down? I don't know. Logan Lucky. Logan Lucky. Haven't seen it yet, but it's a heist movie with a good cast to it. I look forward to watching this very soon. I have got Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? When I watched the recent one, I thought I'd buy this because the recent one I really loved. So yeah, I look forward to buying the recent one when it comes out on 4K. Loved it in the cinema. But yeah, the first one, it's a good movie and it's grown on me for sure. I didn't like it that much when I first watched it, but it's grown on me, definitely. So yeah, Ghostbusters, a must-have in a way. These are 2 movies that I didn't put in my 4K Blu-ray haul, so you haven't seen them yet on this channel before. Alien, 40th Anniversary Edition, the very original Alien movie, and also Predator. I looked up the franchise, and I look forward to watching them. Actually, I want to watch them very soon. Apparently, the only ones that are truly great are these 2 and Aliens, which is the second Alien movie. Apparently, it goes downhill from there. So, I was disappointed to hear that Alien vs. Predator wasn't that good. So, I was just like, really? They didn't pull that off. I don't know, but I haven't seen it. I've seen Alien Covenant. I've seen Prometheus. Which one's the one with 2 Michael Fassbenders and they kiss? Was that Covenant? Anyway, I think, yeah, those are the two that I've seen. I haven't seen these. So I look forward to seeing this. Get to the chopper! And I know the quote is from this, but I haven't actually seen the actual movie. But I look forward to seeing these very soon. Next up is The Hitman's Bodyguard, starring Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson. I love buddy cop vibes, and this is a great comedic action comedy. Unfortunately, the sequel isn't good, but this original one, very good, and looks good in 4K as well. We have got Godzilla King of the Monsters. I got another. I already showed you my 4K copy of it. This is the regular Blu-ray Steelbook. This includes the 3D Blu-ray as well, but yeah, it has Godzilla and King Ghidorah on the outside, and it has Rodan and behind the discs Mothra on the inside. So yeah, I have multiple copies of this movie. I have a regular Blu-ray Steelbook and the 4K Blu-ray. It is what it is. I got like 4 discs of the same movie, and I got it on digital as well. So this one will confuse you a lot because it is actually a box set that I modified. So over here you see King of the Monsters Blu-ray and Godzilla 2014 4K, but that's not what these are. Inside here are all the discs for the Showa era Godzilla movies from the Criterion Collection. Let me explain how this can be. Here is the Criterion Collection. I didn't buy it for a long time. It includes 15 Godzilla movies, original Japanese ones. Not all of them, doesn't include the Heisei era or the Millennium era, but it includes all the Showa movies. But I didn't buy it for a long time because it's packaged like this. The discs are in sleeves. I don't like that sort of packaging. And I thought, I don't want to buy this. Then it was on sale for Amazon Prime Day. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to buy it, but I want them in discs, in disc cases. I didn't just put them straight in these though. What I did was I went on eBay and I ordered cases. The problem is I didn't look enough at the size of the cases. So the ones I bought were a bit too big because I bought cardboard sleeves separately. On eBay I bought cardboard sleeves without the disc. I found King of the Monsters and I found Godzilla 2014. I thought, hey, I'll buy these two. I'll buy 2 disc cases. Simple as that. I'll stick them on. I'll put the discs in there. All good, right? Case was too big, so I thought I'd cut these up and then stick them on. That didn't work. So I went back on eBay and I found regular size disc cases, and I had to buy more covers, more cardboard covers. And now we've got now there's the results. But I think either the covers are a bit smaller than usual, or the cases are a bit bigger than usual, but it's not easy to pull them out. So I kind of messed up, to be honest, but this is the best I could do. If you know anyone that's made custom box sets for the Showa era collection, let me know. But for now, these are actually this, except in cases. So yeah, I am a crazy man. You've got Shin Godzilla. Yes, inside you've got the original Japanese version and the dub version in English. So yeah, not too bad. You can either watch it subtitled or dubbed. Subtitled is better than dubbed. So, but yeah, it's giving you the choice, of course. You've got King Kong vs Godzilla. This is included in the box set, the Showa era box set I just showed you. It's 1962 movie, but I thought I'd just buy it separately anyway. That's what I did because I'm a crazy person. We have got some classic monster movies. We've got The Mighty Joe Young, which feels similar to King Kong, but very different. We've got The Legend of the Valley of Gwangi. We have got The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, and we have got King Kong, the original version 1933, remastered on Blu-ray. So yeah, these are all regular Blu-rays. They're part of the HMV Premium Collection, very silverish and very nicely packaged. Next up is a movie that isn't available on 4K, which is very weird because it was filmed on high quality, but for some reason it's not available on 4K. It includes the new Batman, Robert Pattinson, and Willem Dafoe, The Lighthouse. 2 guys going crazy on an island in a horror movie. It's very dark and very weird, but a very good piece of cinema. Going back to Rush Hour, we have got the Rush Hour trilogy. There's an American box set of all three movies. It's packaged really well. I like the way it's done. Rush Hour 3 is not playable in the UK on this set. That is why I had Rush Hour 3. That's why I have it separately, because 3 is not playable here. But I did change the discs. No, I didn't change the disc. But yeah, either way, I can watch 1 and 2 off this and the third one off this. And yeah, there wasn't a UK box set for this. That's why I had to like move around. But it is what it is. I have got all 3 of them anyway. Hopefully all 4 of them, if they do choose to release a 4th movie. We've got Rush, one of the best racing movies about a great F1 rivalry starring Chris Hemsworth and what's the other guy's name again? I've forgotten the other guy's name. Daniel Bruhl, he plays Zemo in the MCU as well. These are 2 great actors who really sell this rivalry. It's based on a real rivalry as well. James Hunt versus Niki Lauda. 2 legendary F1 drivers who had a great rivalry, and this movie really portrays that rivalry really well. It portrays F1 racing really well as well. So yeah, classic F1 movie that's worth watching if you're an F1 fan and if you're a racing fan, if you're a motorsport fan in general. This is one of the best ones out there, so definitely I recommend Rush. Next up, we got 2 Christmas movies. We've got Jingle All the Way starring Arnold and Elf starring Will Ferrell, my favorite Christmas movie of all time. This one and Home Alone are just 2 classics, and this one's great as well. But yeah, Elf, this is the HMV Christmas edition. Love it, love it. Elf is it's just such a great movie. It really is. Next up, we've got an emotional one starring Adam Sandler. This is a great message about family. There is one moment which almost made me cry regarding the last time he saw his dad alive. It broke me, but it has a great message about family, and I really appreciate this one. Adam Sandler's Click, even if you don't like him, this is a more serious movie from him, and I would recommend this. I think you'd enjoy this, and you'd enjoy Uncut Gems as well. But this one is incredible. It really is an incredible movie with a great message, and it's about a guy who prioritizes work over family, and someone gives him a magical remote to pause and rewind life and fast forward life. And from using that remote, he changes as a person, and he realizes what type of person he becomes. So it's a really good story about a guy changing for the better, but also a great message about family as well, and time travel too. So a great magical element. Next up, we have got 2 brilliant comedies. We've got a classic, The Hangover Extended Cut, and we've got We're the Millers. This was a great theatre experience for me in the cinema. Everyone was laughing the whole time. This is amazing comedy-wise. This was a better movie, but yeah, this was amazing too. 2 great comedy movies I recommend. You've probably seen this. If you haven't somehow, I recommend it. If you haven't seen this though, We're the Millers. Watch it. Great cast, really funny, great comedy. You gotta see it. You really do. Gotta see it. Next up is something, well, actually before that, a boxing movie. Southpaw, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Not as good as the Creed movies, for example, or Rocky movies, but a good boxing movie. It's about a guy who loses himself. He loses custody of his child, he loses a fight, he loses someone else. He hits rock bottom, and he's got to discipline himself, be a better person, and fight for what's important in his life, and literally fight in a boxing ring. You know, he's got to get back in the ring, but also be better as a person and fight back for his daughter in the right way. It's a really good story, and it's a good drama as well. So it's dark, but it's worth watching for me. So yeah, next up, let me just put this Southpaw disc back in. I need to change. To be honest, I need to categorize these. I do need to categorize these because they're all over the place. I should put like childhood, Marvel, DC, and then I can put TV shows on one place. I need to change this up so it's more organized, or alphabetical order, either way. I need to change things. Right, next up is Game of Thrones, the complete series. They ruined the last season, but you know, great visuals, zombies, dragons, crazy battles with, you know, swords and shields, magical elements. I loved it for 7 seasons. They ruined it in the last one, but I still want to rewatch it at some point, so I have the collection right here so I can watch through the whole thing in the best possible quality. So it was on sale as well. I got it like £60 cheaper than the original price, which is a big drop off. But yeah, the complete collection right here. It opens like this, and inside you got the discs in there, all 10 seasons. I think it goes disc 1, episode 1 to 3, and then 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and then 10. I think there's 4 discs per case. I think it's something like that anyway. But yeah, Game of Thrones complete collection right here, and ready to be watched whenever I'm ready, because I know how it ends. All right, it is time to get on to the second half of the very last shelf, the top shelf. Mission Impossible by Tom Cruise, 6 movie collection. Amazing action movies, apart from maybe the second one I think that was quite weak, but they're all great action movies and they get better every time. And Fallout is amazing. It's just an amazing movie, and it has IMAX scenes on the disc on 4K. It looks great on 4K as well. Great movie, and the 4K version is just amazing, you know. It just feels like you're in a cinema sometimes. But yeah, gets better every time, especially 4, 5, and 6. My word, the stunts, the action, even the storytelling. Bloody brilliant, bloody brilliant. What a great franchise. And they're making 2 more of these. Hopefully they don't ruin it, but as a 6 movie franchise, it's amazing what they pulled off. Speaking of great franchises, we've got some great ones coming up. Indiana Jones 4 movie collection came out recently on 4K, and I've got the whole box set here, very nicely packaged, and I really appreciate this. And they're just classic movies. I love adventure movies, and Indiana Jones definitely provides the adventure side. Speaking of adventure, we got a different type of adventure. We got Back to the Future, the trilogy. Great 4K set, which also released this year, I think, like Indiana Jones on 4K. Yeah, once again, just a great collection of movies to have, you know. Just classics. It's just cinema classics. I can't believe I never watched these until like last year. It's just crazy to me, but I finally watched them, and they're bloody brilliant, mate. They're bloody brilliant. Let's move on to some Batman. Batman 1966. I showed you the DVD I got for the movie. That's not on this. This is the show. So the movie happens between season 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, I can't remember. The movie's in 66. I think it's after season 1. But we got seasons 1, 2, and 3 here. No movie included, but includes the entire show, every single episode. So I got this, Game of Thrones, and Breaking Bad. Those are the 3 TV shows I have at the moment. I was going to buy Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's only on DVD. I want it on Blu-ray, but it's not on Blu-ray, so that's a bit annoying. But yeah, Batman 1966. I've seen some of the show, but I want to see more of it and review it soon, hopefully. But yeah, this is a good collection to have. I got this on Amazon Prime Day. It was on sale, and definitely worth the purchase. Very well packaged as well. Next we have got Batman 4K Anthology. We've got 89, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. There we go, simple as. I'm a big Batman fan. He's my favourite fictional character, so of course I'm going to have a collection of his movies. We've got 66, I showed you a TV show. We got the anthology right here, Keaton, and obviously Val Kilmer and George Clooney. And of course, how could you forget Christian Bale? I also already showed you Affleck's Batman and Batman v Superman, of course. So I got all the Batman movies in live action, not animated, but live action. I got all of them. Here's the Dark Knight trilogy. This is the first 4K movie set that I bought. Well, in general, like I never bought anything 4K before this one. I bought this one before I even had a 4K TV, or just a 4K device in general. I bought these a long time ago, and yeah, these are my favorite movies ever. The first 2 anyway, the third one not so much, but yeah. Like these movies made me fall in love with the category of superhero movies. Batman, DC, even Marvel from the Avengers movie in the same year. 2012 was a big year for me, and these movies were just something else. They were next level, they're incredible, and they're not like other superhero movies. So even if you don't like the category, you probably love this. These are just incredible bits of cinema by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, you know, Cillian Murphy's in it, Anne Hathaway's got such a great cast throughout, and Heath Ledger's Joker is legendary too. There's just so much to love about this. Liam Neeson's, Tom Hardy's in the third one. There's so much to like about this whole trilogy. But yeah, incredible masterpieces right here. I enjoy all 3 of them. The first 2 are, for me, the best superior movies, but yeah, in general, just great movies. And the 4K looks great, especially in The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises. They have IMAX scenes on there, so it looks incredible on those 2 discs. But yeah, these are must-haves if you're a comic book fan. These are just incredible, incredible movies. Speaking of incredible, my word, Lord of the Rings 4K trilogy came out not too long ago. So yeah, great 4K. It's got the extended and original theatrical editions. These are one of the few that doesn't include the regular Blu-ray, just the 4K discs. So it has 3 discs for each movie, extended disc 1, extended disc 2, and theatrical edition. But you only got to watch extended, really. They're really long, but they're worth it. They really are. Return of the King extended, oh my word. What a thrill ride. But yeah, like watching these 3 movies alone, it's just one big marathon, really. Like, I don't feel watching 3 movies in a row are marathons, but there's an exception. Like, if you're watching extended editions of all 3 movies, it's going to take you a long time, but it's worth it. They're just classic, great fantasy movies, and they're just brilliant. And must-haves for anybody's collection, I feel. Jurassic! I've showed you Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World. Well, this is the original trilogy. Love the first one. Second one I don't like. The third one I actually enjoyed a lot. A lot of people hate that one, but I love the third one. So yeah, at least 2 movies that I love here, and one that I don't really love that much. But a good 4K collection to have. I feel they do look good on 4K as well. They're all like full screen too. Planet of the Apes trilogy. My word, this is some of the best 4K out there. Like, there are only some movies where I think, yes, this is why I bought this TV. Aquaman, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, Dark Knight trilogy, a couple others too, Mission Impossible Fallout, and this. Especially the second and third one, Dawn and War. Oh my word. They look incredible. Obviously, they already did look incredible in the cinema, but on the 4K disc, the detail is unbelievable. These are some of the best 4K discs out there. They're demo-worthy. Like, they are incredible. And they're great movies. I love these. This is a great trilogy. Got a great setup in the first one. In the second one is a great war movie. The third one is just incredible drama. Great cinema, great storytelling, great characters. Great storyline. I think I mentioned that already. It's just the story of Caesar as well. Koba, so well made, man, so well made. These are just movies that I could watch over and over and over again, and I guess these are the movies that are the reason why Matt Reeves is directing Batman. Matt Reeves made the second and third movie and they were so good, and I feel it got noticed more. I feel like he was already known, but he got noticed more because of those movies, and I feel like that's the main reason why he landed the Batman movie. He's directing the Batman, and I think this trilogy is a big reason why. So yeah, he did a great job. Visually, cinematography, oh my word. There's so much I can go through. Andy Serkis plays one of the apes. Obviously, they did motion capture. The way it was filmed is incredible. This is magnificent achievement in cinema, I tell you. Bloody good, bloody good. We're almost at the end. Transformers, the movie. We got the animated movie, 1986 was it? Came out a long time ago. It recently released on 4K and it got limited edition with art cards and a few other things. So yeah, definitely worth watching if you are a Transformers fan. And finally, we have got the James Bond 50-year collection. We started with an MCU collection, so I thought it'd end with another big franchise. 50-year collection. From the very first one up until Skyfall, all on regular Blu-ray. You got 2 big logs here. Inside are the discs. It's bloody brilliant. It really is. I really hope they release a 60-year collection on 4K, but this is a great regular Blu-ray collection that is worth having. I think they still sell these. I'm pretty sure they still sell these. But yeah, this is one of the first box sets I owned. One of the first. Rambo was the first, I think, but I owned this quite early. Like when it came out early, that early. I owned it before, I think Skyfall came out, something like that. Because like this one came out with a space for Skyfall, for when you bought it before it got released on Blu-ray. So I bought this, then I bought Skyfall, and I put disc in there. So then they released a second version with Skyfall in it, so I guess I was too impatient. But yeah, Dr. No in 1962, up until Skyfall, all those movies are in here in one big set. So very much incredible. And make sure you beware of the guardians. I'm not very tall here. The guardians of my collection. So we have got Gigan, Space Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, Destroyer, King Ghidorah, King Kong, Godzilla, Small Godzilla, Darth Vader, Thanos. You see, he's got his lightsaber and he's got an Infinity Gauntlet. Just beware. You've got the Flash. You've got Batman 1, Superman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Shazam, Batman 2 and Batman 3. These are the guardians of my collection. Beware. Anyway, I had a great time recording that, so hope you enjoyed it too. It's a longer video than I thought. I always aimed it to be quite short, but with so many movies to get through and trying not to talk about them too much. I only talked about like 10 at most, but it still took a while to talk about all of them. So it is what it is, but that is the final movie Monday of the year. Next year there'll be more movie content, including Ultraman, amongst other things. Watching things for the first time, watching franchises for the first time, amongst other things. I look forward to seeing you then. But for now, that is my collection update. Might not do another one for a while, unless I like buy a lot more. But I think I'm almost set in terms of what I want. Only thing I'll get now is new releases, I guess. New movie releases and also new limited edition box sets that release. But I might do separate unboxing videos anyway. But yeah, this is my final big collection update for a while. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you had a good New Year as well. So this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.